I'm Jamie Alban. I was the fourth generation of my family to run Alban Tractor Company, which was started in 1927. My great-grandfather was the salesman and the mechanic, and my great-grandmother did the books, and that's how they started out. And we grew as Caterpillar grew and as the country grew, navigating through the Great Depression and then the challenges with World War II, and then really things started to really take off and grow to what we now recognize as kind of a modern business after World War II, when really the Interstate Highway Program came to be in the GI Bill. You know, we have been around a long time, so I think there's a lot of people who knew the name and, would see our trucks and our tractors all over the place. We put the original generators in the White House during the Kennedy administration for backup power, and we still maintain those generators. We were involved in, building roads and working in the aggregates in the quarries and building, home construction. So we were a very visible company to a lot of people in this territory. My grandfather, my father, and I have always felt like it was important to give back in the communities where the business was. I spent a lot of time with my grandfather, spent a lot of Friday nights at his house, and Saturday mornings we'd go into the office. And I would, climb around on the tractors and probably annoy everybody and ask a lot of questions and get in trouble and get dirty, and I loved every minute of it. So I think from a very early age, it was just part of my life, and got to be a bigger and bigger part as I got older. And when I took over in the late 90s, my concern was that, hey, we're a great company, we have a great culture, but things are changing. And so that was the challenge that I knew I had to balance, was how to make sure we retain that family business feel, that, not only was I approachable, but all of my executives were approachable and cared about the employees, but also the message that, hey, we got to do good here. We've got to run a good business here, and we've got to be successful. I definitely felt like I was leading the business, but also leading my family, not just my immediate family, but my extended family, who depended on my leadership of Alban Tractor for a lot of things. And had a great time, loved every day of it, every minute of it. So it was a difficult decision to get to the point to think, you know what, I think it's time, this is a good time to sell. And it was really hard, I think, to come to that realization. But I think once I got there, then it became palatable by working with Paul and his group to get this done. I think that's what made it doable for me from an emotional point of view, of knowing I was working with great people who were going to support what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. I felt like I wanted a firm that specialized in M&A. The first meeting we had, I knew they were the right choice of kind of steering us through the legal journey of a transaction like this. I would recommend Paul to anybody who would be entering this type of transaction or this type of decision, no question. It's still a little difficult to think it's, 92 years and it's over. But at the same time, I really feel like it was the right decision.